Hello, guys, and welcome to week 2 of the IoT summer course. I think, had a lot of fun the first week, a lot of questions, a lot of fun ideas with the projects. Hopefully, most of you finally got your hardware and can get on hands-on hacking. The first week was all about actually setting up your hardware and starting programming maybe. And this week is called connectivity. So this week we're going to try to connect your hardware to a network. And then we have a bunch of options. So if we look at our wonderful roadmap for the course, we are coming here. So let's assume that you have managed to get your sensors connected and reading the data. Now you have to send it somewhere. And here we will have options into what technology to use to do that. Then don't worry if you have hopped on the course a little bit later, if you were waiting for your hardware. Please just get going, attend the workshops so you can catch up on this part of the course. And at the same time, try to listen to the theory that's available this week and come to the workshops and listen into what people are doing when they're trying to pick the protocol they're going to use and the first steps. So TAs will in the workshops this week prioritize questions about connectivity, but you're always welcome with all the questions with your project. Today we also have Neda with us, who has recorded the most of the lectures for the course. So Neda, if you can step in and tell us about week 2, what is it about?
Yes. Hello, everyone, and hello to all of you that you are looking at this meetup. And sorry for first week, I was a little bit sick, but this week I could join, and I'm supposed little talk about connectivity that is covered in lecture 3. So let me share, please, a file and.
Yeah, lecture 6, if you can just say so that I have a lecture 6 number here.
Oh,
it is
okay.
called so long-range connectivity with LoRa is right. And
Persis, yeah, exactly. But in lecture 3, we are talking about connectivity that it has two-way, I mean, Wi-Fi and LoRaWAN. So based on which you are choosing, you will continue with that one. And in lecture 6 that you mentioned here is long-range connectivity with LoRaWAN. That is going to talk about all about what is LoRaWAN and what LoRaWAN protocol, that is a MAC protocol, media access control, and LoRa technology. That is a physical layer. And they all covered in this lecture. And about what is it? If I want to share, I want to show them the contents like of the in lecture 3. You learn about IoT communication. Hopefully they listen to it, and communication technology that exists, and TCP/IP layer model, and compare it with the compared to IoT stack. I mean IoT stack with the web stack of protocol, and also I talk about remote sensing versus remote control. And here we have, let me show here. We have different types of connectivity here. You can see Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, that they are covering low range, but you can send higher data. I mean, the data bit rate is bigger. But if you choose LTE, that is here, cellular, you will have long range and also high bandwidth. But about LoRa, why we choose LoRa? Because it's low power consumption, and we are sending very, very low bit of the data. So that's why here you see that the bandwidth in LoRa is not much high, is up here. But it can cover a very, very long range, up to 15 kilometer. That's why we choose it, and it's very good for IoT applications. And then you will get to know what is LoRa in lecture 6. Apart from that, you see that in IoT stack, against the web stack of protocol that we have here in application layer CoAP MQTT, that I talk about it, and I think you will learn about MQTT in lecture 7.
Yeah.
And then
can you zoom a little on this?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry. Perfect.
Now it's better, right?
Yeah.
And then also you will learn to know data format, that is JSON, binary, and CBOR. And in IoT stack, we also have TCP/IP model that we have here is IoT application that we can put here in this level. So on top of the application layer. But the difference here is that for application layer in IoT stack, we are using MQTT, and you will learn about it. But in web stack that we have, we mostly use HTTP. And this is difference between these two. And for physical layer that you see here, if you are choosing all of them that you are working is like a wireless communication, but either you have LoRa one, it can be based on LoRaWAN protocol and LoRa physical layer, and either it can be Wi-Fi. So you have two alternatives here for connectivity. So this is how the stack are different from each other. If you didn't know before about IoT stack, this is the difference. And I think in lecture 3, I covered it. Yes, it was about connectivity that we had.
Awesome.
Yeah, and hopefully they are in lecture 5, as you can see here. Lecture 4 is about all MicroPython programming, that I'm not sure if they already started to do that, but this is quite easy. Even if someone doesn't know about it, they will know how they program. Is very basic and very easy to learn. And in lecture 5, I'm talking about MQTT. As I showed you in IoT stack, for IoT application, you will use MQTT protocol. And I will talk about the basic concept and how you can set up an MQTT broker. But mostly this setup, that is this practical part, is covered by the TAs, that they are doing a lot of practical stuff, and they can help really good. Exactly. And lecture 7, that's
we discussed now. Yeah,
exactly.
So if we go back here, then, so this material that Neda has covered now, you should have, like, it was recommended to start already week 1. So if you haven't done that, brush up a little bit first on the basics, and then go to LoRa. That is the focus of this week. And we do encourage you to try with this path that is covered here in green. Wi-Fi, you probably all already know. We have tutorials for it, and it's very straightforward. But as Neda said, LoRa is a much more popular protocol in large-scale IoT applications, and you will definitely see it if you go on with the Internet of Things in other courses or in the industry. So we encourage you to try, because we do have good support for it. Then if we go the practical path here, there are different providers, right, of the LoRaWAN network. So if one of the TAs who wants to introduce the difference between this TTN, the Things network, and Helium, the two that we support, are there any caveats and how to pick between the two? What do you recommend? Maybe Nas or Joachim?
I mean, I think the key is to check like whether it's even available where you're living. So it's typically an issue of availability. So the Helium network and the Things network, these are two different providers of like IoT services. So you need to check the coverage map and see if that's available in your area. So I would say that's the key to choosing.
Yeah, exactly. I guess if
Maybe
you're
Joachim
sitting,
can elaborate on my answer.
yeah.
I can show them the mapper if they want to see the two different.
Yeah, you can open up. Yeah, so the first thing is the coverage. So maybe if you're sitting in the middle of the forest somewhere outside of Umeå, there might be a problem unless you buy a gateway, right, and try to like extend the network. So maybe not within this course. But if you are in a big city, then I don't know, 99% chance that you will have good coverage of either of this. Both of them provide some kind of variant of free tier, which are definitely enough for this course. For Helium, it will cost you maybe $1, so they just want you to basically onboard your credit card. And TTN also has a limited set of features, but enough to connect a few sensors and read the data, and also provide some visualization there. Yes. Yeah, Neda, do you want to show the? You said you want to show the.
Yes,
the
I
map,
can
right?
show them. Let me share the. Where can I share it? There. Share a screen.
And yeah, this is also the time to finalize your project. So if you have questions like, "Oh, can I use LoRa for my project? Does it even make sense?" Like maybe if it's home automation, it's not a very good fit. But do discuss it with your project idea with the TAs at the workshops, and try to incorporate it, if not in your project, but fully, then at least try to one of these networks to see. Yeah, here's the coverage, right?
Precis, yes. Here is the LoRaWAN network coverage that you can see more than 150 countries with LoRaWAN deployments in the world, and approximately 150 LoRaWAN network operators, more than 90K LoRaWAN gateways exist here. So if you want to see if you are covered by LoRaWAN, just click here on the link, TTN Mapper, and also you will see if you are covered, and you will have TTN as a provider. And here, Helium, you will see if you are covered, and you can use the LoRaWAN for sure, because those two, Helium and TTN, they are LoRaWAN network server. You can use one of them. We have many of them, so those two you can see the coverage and check if you can use it before you start using it. If you don't have any coverage, then you are good to go by Wi-Fi. No problem.
Yes, we had a visit from Joey from Helium Foundation, and we really like Helium in the lab. We use it for many projects, and you can see even on their coverage map, the south of Sweden is much better than the north of Sweden. I don't know how much is it due to our gateways. And Joey has been here in the lab, and we recorded a workshop of how also set up your own gateway. So it is like, if you are more advanced and you're interested in these technologies, it is possible to also have like your own little network. But yeah, let us know if you if you want to do that. And there is a lot of extra material, bonus lectures from both of these technologies, and we're happy to help if you would like to dive deeper into this. Yeah. So that was it. That was introducing of the connectivity week. And as I said, now is really high time to identify your project. If you have jumped into the course later, this should be your focus as well. And finalizing your project idea and investigating which stack to use. And today, Carl, Johan prepared a little overview of all the good projects that we had over the years. So I'm going to add this to stage and give the mic to Carl Johan.
Thank you. I recommend everyone who's following along at home, either now live or later on YouTube, to take out your phone or bring up a tab with some kind of music player and queue up whatever music you prefer. That way you can enjoy this to some nice music, because I haven't added any. It's a very, very quiet presentation. It's about 5 seconds per slide. It's kind of fast, but yeah, I hope you will enjoy.
You don't want to say something about about this.
What would you like for me to add about this?
What do you think? Like, so I think this is going to be a bit confusing, because in 2020 we had a different technical stack, right? So could students still sort of get ideas from it, or is it completely outdated if they look at
I'd argue that you could still get, I mean, it's not the same boards, and I don't think there's any LoRa project in 2020, but the applications are still relevant.
Yeah, and here is also like the next step, right? You illustrated the like visualizing the data, a little bit what people did and what they picked. Not in every project, maybe.
No, it very much depends on the people who, when they wrote up the reports, what material they provided. I tried to pick as this wide array of different pictures and scenarios to showcase different things, but it's still there are some commonalities and some differences, and there's a lot of indoor environment monitors with the DHT11, and there's quite a few plant monitoring systems, and where they might differ is in the presentation, the visualization, or maybe some people added actuation, like water, the pots are being watered by the system when needed. But this video, so to say, or presentation is built upon what I had access to.
Yeah, this is the Grafana dashboard. This is a TTN, right?
Yes. But meanwhile that we are showing this very beautiful and nice project, I was wondering if a student have the hardware for connectivity for LoRaWAN. I mean,
yeah, it should be included in the this add-on extended kit. So for sure, if you ordered it, you should get it, and then you should use it. Basically, that was the try to at least use it, even if you don't manage to fully incorporate it with your project. We encourage that you try it out. It will be easier to do the quiz for this week as well. If you actually did like some hands-on work with it. But yes, we have still some problems, I think, with the deliveries of both the sensors and the LoRa units from ElectroKit. But hopefully that will be resolved this week.
And for Pico, I think I remember I will use ASR 6501. I will, yes, or...
I'll also check if we have any questions. I think you guys are handling it in the live lecture questions chat. Otherwise, Joachim or Nas, if you wanna read the questions, please do. Local alarm. There's a lot of home automation projects. I think a lot of people are just like, yes, finally I get to work on my on my home automation, and the plants are also obviously popular because of this humidity and.
It's kind of
moisture.
fun that I'd say at least half of the plant monitoring systems, the plants are dead or almost dead on the picture. So they, they forgot to water them while they created the project.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh my god. Greenhouse.
And there's the hopefully we can upload these slides somewhere so people can check them out. There's a little description added then as well, and you can see examples of the different use cases, different implementations of visualization, different hardware implementations, and get an idea of what you can do within the scope of the project.
Yes, and another thing I would like to mention is this is like a self-teaching course. We have a crowdsourced the creation of teaching material. So as you can see, to later submit your assignment for the course, you have to submit a report about your project in the form of a tutorial. And the next year students, like all of these projects, have this tutorial available. So you could just in principle go and follow it and build something very similar and try it. So that makes basically creation of even more ambitious project easier for you, because the previous student already provided with pretty good instructions of how to connect everything, the code for reading the data and so on. Here something went wrong with the solar powered IoT application.
Yeah, the link was dead. These are all from the page with the good examples from previous years, and there was one dead link. These are all A or B level projects, are they not? If I understood it correctly.
Yes, they are.
So there's the whole roadmap has been implemented with often self-hosting solutions for data storage and visualization, etc. And I find it's interesting also that different you can choose to focus on different parts. I would argue that you can put a lot of effort into the like the hardware side of the project and less on the visualization and achieve a higher grade, if I understood it correctly. Or vice versa, if you don't have access to fancy hardware, you can still, if you work on the visualization and the storage visualization and the stack, so to say, part of it, then you can achieve a higher grade that way. So it's flexible as with regards to where you want to focus, what you find interesting, and
Yes.
what we are.
I agree. The same with, like, you can have a pretty simple hardware, but then pick to go with LoRa that will add an extra sort of complexity to your project. One thing I think, like, if a lot of people are thinking of some kind of home automation or like plant monitoring system, is it like isn't LoRa maybe an overkill for that, or can you still motivate using LoRa for a project like that? What could be the advantages?
Remote greenhouse monitoring, farm monitoring. I mean, it's a plant indoors, but you could role play, I say, but pretend that it's a system you're building for crop yield monitoring or livestock or well, whatever. Yeah, you can build a small prototype, but you can envision a larger solution, so to say.
Yeah, exactly, larger application.
Application.
So for instance, now in the this round of pilot cases that we have in the lab for IoT for small companies, we have a lot of this pretty simple projects with temperature, humidity, and so on, but we're still using LoRa because these are like camping sites where the different houses are kind of distributed on an island, for instance. So there is limited applications.
Yeah.
So Wi-Fi is only if you are literally at in your house, potentially, if you have very good coverage of Wi-Fi. And with LoRa, you can go bigger.
And we have also pilot case that is called Kalmar Demme, that we have installed some sensors for conductivity and distance sensors that they measure distance of the water level and also the conductivity of the water, that they are installed in that dam close to the airport. And then we get the data and send via LoRa to the dashboard. So it was one of the pilot cases as well, that using LoRaWAN.
Yeah, oh my God, LED fingerboard aid. I don't even know what this is. Something with music.
Yeah, it was supposed to teach you how to play the banjo.
Ah, nice. All right. And
now we're up to last year.
Yeah, last year I guess is the most maybe relevant.
Yeah.
So to look, if you want to look at specifically the code and the technologies used, because these things are updated quite often.
But what was your project, Carl, last year? I remember you were also...
It was an IoT speed trap. It's the last slide, because I was the last on the list, the good examples list. My project was I've just taken them in the same order as the list. So that's you're right there, Nas.
Yeah,
the
Nas,
stroller.
the stroller, connected stroller. Smart.
And Charlotte's watch is coming up soon.
Okay, all are Pico.
Yeah, so I think like if you want to go simple with the basic hardware but still get a good grade, one solution is basically using temperature, humidity, and your Pico, but then connect it to LoRa and get some nice visualizations, maybe even that are self-hosted, that we're going to talk about next week about. So that could be a good track to go. As you see, there can be lots of fun projects with a pretty simple set of hardware. Dyson remote. That's good. I wonder if that actually worked.
It was. I think it was the control of a desktop fan. One of the Dyson tower thingies.
Yeah, here's again temp and humidity, but with the TIG stack. So self-hosted. Here's a .NET solution, and some extended features can also add. Another thing is also, as we say, connecting to actuators. So you get the sensor data, but then what do you do with it? Do you start watering the plant so it doesn't die? Do you set an alarm when your server room is too hot? So basically think one step further as to what you can do with your data. There's also some nice reporting with illustrations. That's always good as well. I personally also really like all the health related projects, and it is also possible to go pretty far, but you maybe need some extra sensors or some integrations, maybe with wearables or something similar. But there are a few good examples, like with the smartwatch or heart monitor. Everyone maybe also has like smartwatches otherwise, so you could connect it somehow with the temperature sensor, for instance, too, and see if data correlates, like if you feel stressed out when it's getting hotter or something like that. I mean, obviously a toy project, but still it sort of illustrates how this real applications can look like. Because it's often for different medical purposes, you want to integrate some source of health data from the wearables with some other sensors. And that could be the weather. For instance, in one of the projects now in the lab, They would like to predict migraines, and their weather is one of the factors, but it then needs to be correlated with this log of migraines and with the stress parameters on your watch. So that is a real world application that could be. Yeah. And Neda, do you want to show the
Hardware? Okay. For connectivity, yes.
Yeah, but thank you, Carl, for this nice presentation. It was really
I
good.
was thinking about this.
Yeah, that's how it looks like, right? Once
Exactly
people
this
get
one.
it.
Exactly. They need this antenna. I mean, this
Yeah,
module
that
that
has
it
also-
provides LoRaWAN connectivity for them. But apart from that, I was thinking, show the student the breadboard that they maybe didn't know how they are connected.
Yeah, we looked at that on Friday, actually.
Yeah, this is exactly how looks like in the hardware, that they are vertically in the middle, vertically they are connected together. It means that they have the same voltage, and here they are horizontally connected,
Wait,
and
I'm
it shows
seeing you now. Sorry.
it shows that they are vertically connected and horizontally connected, and they have the same voltage. So that's how it looks like a breadboard. Just wanted to show that. Opened it today to show the student. So
Yes. Okay, Nas and Joachim, how is it going with the questions? Would you like to talk about? I was like just loosely following the discussion there, but if you can.
Yeah, well, a lot of questions is regarding like presentation and reports and things like that, and you will be able to find all that in the study guide. It's actually, I believe it's in the important links channel on Discord. If not, you can actually find it on Canvas. That is linked on Discord. And about the presentations, yes, everyone has to do an oral presentation, but we haven't planned the sessions yet, so we will release more information on that a bit later, like next week or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, there are still students joining in and dropping out, and it's a little bit of a mess. But I mean, latest then end of week 3, maybe we'll sit down and try to schedule presentations. And then, if you're aiming for higher grade, as I said, we need to know this by end of week 3 as well, in case you want to book extended presentation. It's a bit longer. Yes.
Like we've had last year's also, we will have both evening sessions and morning sessions for this. So for those who cannot join in the morning, we will have sessions for you in the evening as well.
Yeah, and we are quite a lot of people, I think. So yeah, we have a variety of of themes, and we'll see how it will be scheduled. But you can write like I would like this time slot and so on. And also people discussing energy consumption of gateways and like installing your own gateway. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, that particular questions, like I said, I mean, having a gateway is a lot better than the alternative because a lot of microcontrollers can utilize the same gateway. And I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm guessing the gateway consumes less energy than a Wi-Fi router anyway. So like I said, the power consumption for the application is actually pretty negligible. So I would actually...
It's a cost, right? Sorry.
It's
an additional cost.
Yeah, it is. They range from somewhere in between 150 euros to maybe 300-400, depending on the particular gateway. But like in the case of Helium, you can actually earn some money off of it. You can earn crypto. So if you set it up somewhere where there are like a lot of other IoT devices, you can actually get a little buck for it. So I mean, that's an incentive as well.
Yeah, but then we sort of we are not pushing either of these commercial solutions. Obviously, you're free to use them if you are interested, and if you would like to actually use this project for something later, then it maybe is worth the investment. Otherwise, as I said, we use this if you are in a big city somewhere in the area where you already have a good coverage of this of these networks. So that's the goal. Yeah, I don't have anything else, so I'm ready to wrap up, unless maybe Nas or Charlotte have something to wish luck for in the week 2.
Yes.
No? All right. Okay, guys, good luck with week 2 with all the connectivity, and see you at the workshops. Today is one at 1 o'clock as usual, right? So see you. Good
Yes.
luck.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.